We're live. Heck yes. Heck yeah. What is up, guys? Jim, thank you very much, man. I do appreciate it. What's up, Sam? Yeah, guys, I look back, it's been like 2 months since I've done an actual live. Entirely too long. We've been doing entirely a whole lot of fishing too, though. Um, it's been great. Life's good. Life is good. I put out a quick live this morning or afternoon. What's up, Evan? And talked about me having COVID. I do have COVID right now. I do believe I'm on the back end of it. So, what's up, fat basses? Um, dude, River, miss you too, dude. I know you're busy. Um, but yes, I put out a quick live today. I do have COVID. I do believe I'm on the back end. Um, I didn't want anybody to take it seriously. It was weird because like it had so many views, but there was more than twice the amount of comments per view, and it's almost like YouTube kind of shadow banned it because I used that in the title. So I just completely deleted it altogether. So I just yeah, I wish. I kind of joke around that this is like my karma. This is my karma for making so many jokes about it. But the fatigue is real. I whatever. I mean, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about any of the stuff that I had to deal with. I'm almost done. I feel like I'm on the back end of it all. I'm still thank you, Frank. I'm still kind of like short of breath. Um, Saying no, I could not taste Monster, dude. I could not taste Monster, but that does not keep me from drinking it. It just makes me feel better. So it's the weirdest sensation not being able to smell or taste. It's wild. But still drinking them, still alive, still here, still kicking. Um, Thank you, Vince. Really appreciate it, dude. It's the family's good, family's healthy. Wife, she's waiting for her test to come back. I think today or tomorrow. She's off for 10 days. I'm off for 2 weeks. So I go back to work next Saturday. Is what it is, and of course, like, I mean, I've been fishing the past 2 days, past 3 days, really. I went fishing the past 3 days, and today, tomorrow is going to be like dangerous windy, and then Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday is supposed to be raining, so we'll still get out and still fish as long as it's not too bad. So, River, thank you, bro. Thank you very much. Let's see here, Evan. What's up? Will, how you doing, dude? Thank you. I'm good, guys. I am good. Um, I know it's been a long time since we've done a live, so just remember, like, it might get a little spotty. I don't know if John's on here yet or if he's gonna be on here, but if it does freeze up, just try and let me know. There's a little bit of a lag, so um, let's see here. Congratulations on the new boat. Thank you, dude. Freaking love it. I freaking love it. Um, Frank, I'm sorry to hear that, man. And I really do appreciate it. I am sorry to hear that. But when is Oklahoma not dangerously windy? Dude, it's like for me, it depends on the lake, honestly. Dripping Springs in particular, the way Dripping Springs is laid out is the main channel goes from north to south. And when that south wind is blowing, even if it's blowing like just 10-mile-an-hour wind straight south, that lake builds up so much momentum and those waves build up so much momentum that it is like legit sketch. And we always kind of joke about, but always say, like, I mean, if it's calling for 10-mile-an-hour wind in Okmulgee, it's going to be 20 on drip. John's here. What's up, dude? Um, so yeah, there are certain lakes that we just will not touch if the wind is too much. It's a lot easier now in the boat. Me and John, we've been out there. It took us a long time. It took him a long time. It took me a long time to kind of get out of the kayaker's mentality, and that's no knock to kayaking. It just kind of took us a while to get out of that mentality that, like, even though the wind may say it's blowing 10 to 15 miles an hour, we're not in a small vessel anymore. So it's been a trip, and it's been a lot of freaking fun. So, yeah, dude. So Huntsman, like, the worst that I had was like Thursday night. I had probably like 103 or higher degree fever. I had the body aches, but I mean that only lasted for one day or so. I thought that I was sick because my son is sick, and I thought I caught what he caught. So I was constantly pounding water in emergency and just trying to keep my immune system fighting everything away, and all that. So I mean, I definitely got the worst of it just for one day, and then, like I said, I mean, lost the taste and smell, but that was it, and that's going away. Like today, ever since the video from this morning, like my sense of smell has been coming back, and I've been able to taste a few different things. So it's been pretty crazy. So let's see here. You found one of these signs, dude? One of those signs right there? Heck yeah. That is awesome. Jason, yes, guys, make sure you go smash that thumbs up for me. That does help out quite a bit. Guys, I am doing like all kinds of not poor timing, dude. I'm doing all kinds of talking tonight. So I mean, I want questions. I want you guys to talk to me. Let's talk. I have no time limit tonight. Only time limit I got is YouTube's time limit, and I don't even know what that is. So I am fully prepared to talk for an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like I'm ready to go. Let's see here. Beezy, what's happening? Good to see you. Dude, Vince, next Trash or Pass that I'm going to do. So I want to address Trash or Pass to you guys. I kind of talked about how I'm going to be trying to, update it and do things a little bit differently. And what I'm trying to do differently with Trash or Pass is, in the past, I would literally get a bait. I'd go out, fish it, film it, and come back and give you guys, some feedback on it. But like I said in that last one, I was not very well educated on some of the baits. I want to not only educate myself, but get some more time behind them and some more time with the bait before I go and give, a Trash or Pass video. And I want to take my time and show you guys the way these things swim, or the action of them from, above the water, in the water if possible. I'm not trying to get too hasty with it anymore. So I'm really trying to put a whole lot more time into the Trash or Pass. The next one that I'm going to do, though, will either be the Gantrel, this one right here, if I can get it off of there, the Gantrel, full-size Gantrel, or I'm going to do the Castellanon from Manifold. Wild-looking bait. So one of those two will be going up next. Already took them out. Already fished them. I want to go back out. I want to fish them again. I want to get some more footage for you guys and kind of show you the action of these baits a little bit better. So that's what I'm trying to do with Trash or Pass. There was another one that I did, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. But yeah, that's what's going on with Trash or Pass. That's why I'm, kind of spacing them out a little bit and trying to do a whole lot better with those videos. So let's see here. Will said, Beezy, appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Water, ibuprofen, change your socks. Take a knee. Let's see, dude, I went out in my kayak past weekend. Damn, boaters were driving me nuts. Yep. I've been there, dude. I've been there. And I think that's a good thing, and I can only speak for myself, and speak somewhat for Oki, but being able to come from, kayaks, both coming from the bank to kayaks to boats, I feel like it's made us a lot more aware and conscious of the activity on the water when there are kayaks on the water. It's made me a lot more aware of what I'm doing. Make sure I'm not, waking anybody out. Make sure I'm not creeping up on someone too close. Just general etiquette is, I guess, what I'm getting at. So, but yeah, I mean, I get that. Sam went fishing today. My John boat. Wind was blowing pretty bad. Yeah. And John boats, I mean, it's like a sail. So, but did catch 3 pretty decent fish. Good deal, dude. Heck yeah. Nate, what's up, man? I'm feeling good. Just fatigued and out of breath. That is about it. Frank's fishing tomorrow or Friday. Heck yeah, dude. Yeah. So Huntsman, again, like that was one thing I forgot to touch on with the Freedom Tackle Mischief minnow. Cast like garbage into the wind, 100%. I mean, that thing, it casts like a dinner plate into the wind, and not like a frisbee, but like a flat dinner plate. And it's not great into the wind, but crosswind, not so bad. Wind at your back, fantastic. But into the wind, it's pretty bad. I mean, there is no weight transfer system on that, and you've got that blade right in the middle of the bait. I've got buzz baits that cast better than that into the wind. But otherwise, I mean, I freaking love that bait. That 4.5-inch size is absolute money. I love that bait, 100%. Let's see here. Alex, let's talk about not being sucked into the trap and throwing something different. Just throw something different and not relying on baits. You know you will get bit. Yeah, let's talk about that. It's like you read my mind, dude, because I wanted to talk about that because I've got that video dropping tomorrow. The video dropping tomorrow, one thing that I failed to address is the fact of, I kind of talked about how I've been throwing big baits and been throwing swim baits and loving every minute of it. I've been loving the big bait grind. I said from the beginning of the year that I was going to dedicate more time to doing that. And I feel like I really have, and I've grown a lot and I love it. But we went out to the lake earlier this week. When was that? That was like freaking Monday or something like that. I think it was Monday. And went out Monday, and I was out there the Wednesday prior with my buddy who has live scope. So we're sitting there watching the fish, especially at nighttime. And I saw these fish they were nose down. I saw so many of them nose down. So I knew the next time I went back there, what most likely these fish are going to be doing, that they're feeding on the bottom. So I went out, and the last couple times I've been out, I've left the big rods at home. I've left the big baits at home so I don't tempt myself. And I've been sticking to flipping grass and throwing the jig around more. Typical, like, true summer stuff to actually put fish in the boat. And, it was one of those times where I'm glad that I did. You'll see in the video coming up. But it was one of those days that I just told myself, okay, I know what the fish are doing. I know what they should be doing. I need to not try and force this bite. You can't force, if they're not biting the big swim bait, you can't force it. I mean, you can keep trying. I mean, like, eventually it'll pay off. But in the short amount of time that I had, I wanted to go out there and I wanted to get out of my own way and kind of get back to what, I used to do. And it paid off. So if you're in a funk, the best thing I can tell you is, like, go back to your roots and go back to, like, what works and what is going to get bit, whether it be your confidence bait or just a confident style of fishing. Just kind of get out of your own way, because I know we as fishermen, we like to change it up. We like to try different stuff. And then sometimes, we do get stuck into, I got to try this. I got to make this happen. We get stuck in that rut, and I was there. So I purposely pulled myself out of it. And like I said, turned out pretty dang good. Evan, are you interested in the new swim baits and glide baits 6 cents that will be dropping? Yes, 100%. 100%. I am not going to be a guy that is against mass production. I'm not a guy that's against mass production swim baits or anything like that. You know, like, I mean, I used to feel like, oh, these guys are knocking these guys off. Oh, this is that. This is that. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I mean, I want to try them out. And watching the videos and seeing Milliken and seeing that glide bait in the water, it looks freaking good. It looks really good. So 100% looking into that. The multi-jointed swim bait with a soft tail looks awesome too. I was able to talk with Baitman about that for a little bit. It looks great. Do I think there's better stuff out there? Yeah. But again, then you kind of run into the whole like price discussion, you know, a $30 or a $20 multi-jointed swim bait compared to a $50 or $60 one. Which one will last longer? Probably the more expensive one. But if it's something that you're just wanting to get into and check out and test the waters on, it's a lot easier and it doesn't hurt near as bad to drop a $10 to $20 bait than it does drop a $50 to $60 bait. And by drop, I mean lose. So I'm not against that. I'm 100% for them. Vince, I didn't get any on the burrito baits, and I have never fished any of the burritos, man. I would love to, but no, I did not get in on that. Sam, I was actually just watching Rudd talking about the Gilly swim bait. Definitely looks cool. Definitely looks cool for sure. Brad, fishing is the best cure for COVID. I 100% agree because I have not stopped fishing. I have not let it keep me down. I've been fishing every freaking chance I get. Southeast, what is up? Yeah, gonna be fishing in Oklahoma. Let's see here. Guys in the water piss me off like no other. Are the a-hole jet skis? Yeah, dude, Huntsman, we definitely stay away from the recreational waters. There is one down here that there's pretty much like a kill point for the recreational boaters, and then the rest of that lake is open for actual fishing. And I don't know what made it that point, but it's just like the recreational boaters will stay in the open and not really go back into the channels or further south on this lake. I don't know if there's a sign there. I can't remember. I know there's a no wake lake or no wake sign past a certain point, but it's like they stay even further out than just that. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to fish around, especially like my little boat. It is so low to the water. I'm not trying to be around any kind of big wake, nothing like that. It's not a good recipe for my little boat and being so close to the water. Let's see. Frank said, if we're going out fishing, probably going to get some big crappie or perch and white bass hybrids. Dude, love hybrids. Freaking love hybrids, man. Huntsman, thank you, dude. Really appreciate that, man. Really do appreciate that. Oh, let's see here. Southeast today, I got 15 dinks on T-Rig Rage Bug, Bama Bug. Heck yeah, dude. Bama Bug, I freaking love Bama Bug. I love it. They like them down. They like Bama Bug down here. Bama Bug, June Bug, Bama Craw. That's coming up. That color is going to be hitting here pretty soon. California Craw. That's another really good one. That's absolute killer. So let's see here. Rivers hoping to get back into the Yak Sunday. Nice. Good luck, dude. Nate, what is my go-to swim bait rod? It really depends on the swim bait, Nate. My favorite one to throw, though, is my F5 Ghost Code. It is my favorite one to throw. I throw the glide baits on it. I pretty much throw anything treble hook on it. Single hooks, I'm going to go with either my iRod Genesis 2 heavy swim or large swim, Or I've got probably, in my opinion, one of the best budget swim bait rods is the 13 Defy Black. This thing, I mean, it's $90 and it is a fantastic swim bait rod. It will sling some big freaking baits, and it's responded really well with the catches I've had on it. It's done great, but 100%, like if I'm throwing any kind of treble hook, which more often than not when it comes to big swim baits, I'm going to be throwing it on the Ghost Code. And I've just got a Tatula 200 on that as well. And I've thrown, some of my, I wouldn't say, I mean, they're bigger glide baits and swim baits on there, the 3 to 4, close to 5 ounce baits on that. But the big baits, I will not throw on that 200. I'll go to any of my 300 size reels. Let's see here. Hope you'll do one on the new Berkeley Gilly. Brad, I'll do my best, man. I will do my best. Tom, how you doing, dude? Just got home from an afternoon fishing. First time I've been out in a John boat in a while. Put together a nice 15-pound bag. Big fish, 5 pounds, 2 ounces. Heck yeah. That's a good fish for sure, man. Good fish for sure. Let's see. Okie. Okay. We are not. I would have gotten a text from John. I'm obviously way behind here, guys. Try and get caught up. Let's see. Have I found the top speed of my boat yet? No, not yet. Okie just started coughing. No, I have not found the top speed of the boat yet. If I had to guess, 25, 30. That might be it. I did open it up out of drip one day, but I definitely forgot to pull up my phone and use any kind of GPS to track my speed. But it's a short run just across the lake and back. So, I mean, still don't know. Fish in the Southeast, for sure, dude. I appreciate that, man. I have been, I'm going to start toying around with different live stream services to get some people on here. So I am doing a live with Rudd on Friday. So I'm going to pick his brain a little bit more about what he uses and go from there so I can stop doing these things solo and being so dry, Okie used to come over and do them with me, but ever since, I caught the death flu, he doesn't want to be around me. I'm kidding. He's got a trip to Hawaii coming up. So we have 100% been staying away from each other, even though fishing in the same area, staying away from each other 100% because I do not want that on my conscience to where he cannot go to Hawaii and his wife would probably murder me if I was the reason. Let's see here. Yeah, for sure, Vince. That would be awesome, man. Shoot me a message. I'd love that. 100%. You say Blumpkin? Oh, my. I don't know what you guys are doing. It's getting freaking hot in here, I'll tell you that much. It was getting hot in here before you mentioned Blumpkin, but now it's getting worse. Dude, I'm pretty sure my orb spider just caught a fly. I've got a gigantic orb spider up on my light. If you guys want to see this orb spider, let me know. She's huge, and she creeps me out, but she does her job. Let's see here. Real life, what's up, dude? Good seeing you, man. I saw something about Okmulgee. I drove to Okmulgee a couple weeks ago to pick up Jackson Flex Drive. Wanted to do some fishing while I was out. Didn't make it. Yeah, dude, Okmulgee and Drip. They're right down there, right by each other. Dripping Springs and Okmulgee, both great fisheries. There are giants in Dripping Springs, but they are extremely savvy as well. Extremely savvy. So, but yeah, Vince, again, that would be sick, man. I'll be watching for your message. Let's see. Can we get a bait room tour and a rod reel arsenal someday? Someday, Southeast. I might have to. I actually got an idea. I want to do a video coming up here pretty soon, just about starting a YouTube channel in 2021. I think that'd be good for some guys curious about that. I get a lot of questions about that, and I feel like if I just gather up all the questions, I can address a lot of those. As far as the bait room tour, you don't want a tour of this right now. I mean, it's still a complete wreck from the flood. We've still got all kinds of stuff in here. Rods and reels are all over the place. I've got a handful of rods right there. I've got a handful of rods over there, stacked up against the wall over there. I've got cardboard boxes full of baits, not separated, not organized. I got to do a lot of work before I were to do any of that stuff. Real life, you've been slaying a man. Don't let social media fool you, dude. I mean, I've been doing all right, but it's been tough. It has been tough. And it kind of comes back to, again, like I've been trying to force that bite and, getting out of my own way and going back to, some of my past staples have been making it happen. So let's see here. What's your favorite popping frog for bass, for big bass? Ethan asked me. Favorite popping frog? I would have to say the Spro Bronzeye. My favorite popping frog. I have, that's, I've got some experience with the old Scumfrog popping frog, and I loved it. But I mean, it was really just a popper. The Bronzeye, I think, is the best for a popping frog and for a walking frog. A very close second to that I've been throwing around a little bit is the Molix and Frog Eaters collaboration popping frog. That thing walks extremely well. Good pop to it. Not quite as much of a pop as, say, like a Spro Bronzeye, but a phenomenal walk. However, the Molix does seem to take on water quite a bit faster than a Bronzeye does. And hands down, guys, I mean, if anybody knows me, but Scumfrog is my go-to. It is not so much a popping frog, but you can give it all the action you need. The Launch Frog from Scumfrog, you can get this thing to chug or pop much like a popping frog, but it sounds more like a bluegill pop is what it sounds like. It doesn't spit like a traditional popper does. It pops like a bluegill sounds. The other thing about these frogs, they don't take on water. This thing is just completely open, so you don't have to sit there and squeeze the water out on these. You can walk them, you can pop them, you throw them in some of the thickest stuff. And what I've found with, like, especially thick lilies, thick grass, keep that rod tip up, and you can still work it by twitching that rod tip up. But by doing that, instead of, popping it down, if you got any kind of travel on your boat or, kayak, whatever it may be, that line is going to slide underneath the pads. It's going to slide through the grass. It's going to get caught up. And then all of a sudden, when you're trying to work that frog, it's diving underneath. And then you've got, line, all kinds of, I got flies all over the place. You got line getting all kinds of tangled up. So if you're keeping that rod tip up and working it like that, you'll still get action out of this frog. And you'll keep that line out of there and just make that full cast much more efficient, essentially is what it is. But that is my go-to frog. But as far as a traditional popping frog, the Bronzeye is good. That's my go-to. The Vega Frog, I was just thinking about that. I do have a Vega Frog, and walk on it is great. I don't feel like it pops as much. Kind of like the Molix, but I had horrible hookup issues on the Vega. Now, I don't go and bend the hooks out on any of my frogs. I don't like having to do that. I don't want to I want to be able to throw a frog into the thickest stuff and not worry about the hooks catching anything. So I don't modify hooks. If I were to have modified a hook on, like, say, a Vega, I'm sure it would have done a lot better on the hookup ratio, but it was not great for me. So let's see here. Top 3 summer baits so far. Oof. That's a tough one, dude. That is a very tough one. I don't think I have any top 3. I really don't. Especially, I mean, because pretty much all this summer I've been throwing bigger swim baits. Practically all summer. Whether it be a glide bait, a line through, or a single hook, a multi-jointed bait. The Gantrel killed it for me. I got that awesome one on the 316 Rising Sun, the top hook. Been catching them on the Workhorse, on the Bull Shag Glide. Golly. Yeah, but I really don't have like a top 3 because my summer has been so weird. Like I said, I just have not been, like trying to focus on a certain number of baits rather than working on a certain style of fishing. I can taste this wintergreen. That's exciting. Holy crap. Can I taste Monster? Yes! Yes, I can. Get out of here. That's exciting. Anyways. Let's see here. Just started fishing just over a month ago. This is Joshua Gillum. I catch him when with my buddy. I haven't caught anything by myself on the bank. Where's the magic lure at? Dude, Joshua, my go-to from the bank, and I'm hoping that some of you guys have chimed in and helped him out there. My go-to from the bank was always the Strike King Rage Bug or the Structure Bug. And I would Texas rig that with like a 1/8 ounce weight, and I would swim it. I would either crawl it across the bottom, or I'd have a steady retrieve for the mid-water column, or I would work it fast and cover the top of the water column. But Rage Bug just gets bit, 100%. And if you're from the bank, it works. Texas rigging it lightweight like that helps keep you above the grass, above the bottom, keeps it from getting snagged up. But that is a 100%, absolutely awesome one. Ian said, what's the best color glide under the bow? This is a bait that I have been throwing for a little bit now, trying to get the hang of it. This is the Wild Beat. Wild Beat from Wild Lures. It is an 11-inch glide bait, and it's absolutely gorgeous. There is no tail to it. The glide on this, I don't think that I know I personally don't have a glide that glides near as wide as this thing does. It is the floating version, cranks down to about 2 or 3 foot, and has a moderate float back up. But Wild Beat floating model in bass, and it's got a gnarly clack to it, but the glide on it is insane. It is extremely wide, burns fairly well. I was just having a conversation with Steve the other night, or last night, I guess, about that. It's not so much of a twitching bait, though. It kind of noses up when you start twitching on it. So, but yeah, love that bait. Let's see here. Real life. Dude, definitely make that video, man. Definitely make that video. Huntsman, I saw the Cash On Icon chatterbait rod. Cash On. I know my father-in-law's got a lot of the Cash On rods and absolutely loves them, swears by them. Never fished them, though. So, I couldn't tell you. I don't know if anybody else has. Let's see. Will, how many rods do I own? I actually just found some old favorite rods I need to sell still. So if anyone's in the market for a favorite fat glass, a Pro Series, looking at you, Loki, a Heavy Pro Series, an Emperor spinning rod, I got to get rid of those. But how many rods do I own? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think 16, about 16 rods. And I'm down a couple of reels right now. Had to retire a couple of reels and then bricked one myself. But that is where I'm at. Let's see here. Jason said, my son and I just got back from a trip in Tecumseh where we fished my buddy's farm pond. Heck yeah. Dude, I love farm pond fishing. Absolutely love farm pond fishing. Let's see here. Take a small john boat with trolling motor on the river. Sam, it would really depend on the river, man. Trolling motor on the river, it would really depend. I don't see why not, but it would depend on the river. It would depend on the trolling motor itself and how much power you got. Always be safe. Always be safe. Let's see. Jason said, Okie. Pile of cats. Okie's coming through with the dad jokes. I can't even imagine how far behind I am right now. Let's see. Jason, have you tried the Citizen swim baits? No, I have not. I have not tried the Citizens. Closest thing I got to a Citizen would be the Beast Coast Creep as far as length goes. And then as far as style goes, the Beast Coast Miyagi. That is probably the closest thing to a Citizen that I've got. I love the Miyagi. It's 4 3/4 inch. The Creep is a more slender profile than a Citizen. Got an mirror carp right there, 6.5 inch. And they're a lot easier to get a hold of, too. But no, never tried the Citizen. Thrown that battle shad plenty of times, and that twister, tormentor tail, however they call it, is awesome. It really does swishes back and forth like this. The kick on it is, it's not a thump. It is a twisting kick to it on the battle shad, and I can only assume the same on the Citizen. So G-Man fishing's in the house. Let's see here. Oh man, I am way behind. Huntsman, good on you, dude. Good on you for talking him up. Scumfrog is the juice, 100%. Leopard caught my frog PB a few weeks ago, 6 3/4. Heck yeah, dude. That is awesome. That's a big frogfish, Will. Big frogfish. Well done. Congrats, man. Frank, the Z-Man. Yeah, the leapfrogs. I actually have not thrown that yet. I've got it sitting in the boat, and I was going to throw it, and then I saw a squirrel and got thrown off on a tangent chasing schoolies. I had some of the most insane schooling action the other night, and it was wild because Oklahoma did Oklahoma things, and it rained a little bit, rained enough to where I put the cameras away for a second, then it stopped and pulled the cameras back out, and then I picked up a couple fish, and the schooling started going like crazy. And I started kind of chasing the school back into the channel, and the wind turned out of nowhere. I mean, it got rough real quick. And by the time I got the cameras put away, because it kind of started to sprinkle, I put the cameras away, and it was a full-on downpour. And I got absolutely drenched. I was in a no-wake lake, and I 100% waked it the F out. I freaking barreled around the corner, almost hit some cross waves, got up as close to the bank as I could, and was thinking about just beaching it and waiting out the rain. And then it stopped. It was just another little Oklahoma flash storm. And I pulled the cameras back out, and I'm wondering why they're not charging, why there's no power to them, and my battery banks are dead. And it turned into one of my best nights out of that lake. I mean, I probably caught like 10 or 12, they were literally schooling everywhere. And I would throw a popper out in one way, and they start schooling over here. So then by that point, I had tied a spook on, and I was that guy that was throwing a spook and throwing a popper and I would let the popper sit if the school stopped and got the spook out there, and I'd catch them on a spook and, bring that one in, get that one off. And then as I'm burning my popper back in, they'd start schooling again. I get out there, catch them on the popper. It was a ton of fun, and I wish I would have gotten any kind of video. So now it's just a fish story at this point. Have you ever tried putting Velcro on top of a frog? No, I have not, because I had the Boom Boom Frog for a while. I had those. I tried them out, and I was not impressed whatsoever with the Stanford Boom Boom Frog. They said the Velcro is, supposed to help, stay in the fish's mouth better. It was horrible hookup ratio for me. So I was not a fan of that. So no, I have not tried that. Let's see. Go to from the bank, wacky rig, Ned rig, or thunder cricket. Yep. Sometimes Chapo. 100%. Those are all really good bait suggestions for the bank. Let's see here. In the market for left-hand. Yeah, I'm in the market for a left-hand retrieve. But rods, I got rods. River, message me. Let me know if you want any. God, it's so freaking hot. I told you I was like willing to talk for a while, but man, I'm freaking sweating in here. Let's see here. Fishing Southeast, message me on Instagram, dude, and I will talk to you. River, enter Lojo's giveaway. He's giving a left-hand SLX. Good luck winning that. SoCal, what's up, dude? He said citizens are killers. I can't remember who was asking about the citizen, but the man knows. That dude knows about some working class zero baits. SoCal Fishing Dude is the guy that was so generous enough to send me this beautiful battle shad right here. That is the guy who sent me that beautiful battle shad, which has been thrown and fished, but obviously not enough because I don't have any teeth marks on it just yet. Not yet, but we're getting there. We're starting to see these fish kind of change and spawn to post-spawn to fall transition has been weird. It's happening quick here, I think, because this whole year has been wild. So let's see here. What's up, Kim? I am, dude. I'm feeling all right. Let's see here. Have you tried the 6-sentence Vega Frog? Okay. So, G-Man, I know you weren't in here earlier, but I was talking about the Vega Frog. I think the Vega Frog is a good frog. I think that it walks well. It does not spit quite as much as I would like, say like a Spro Bronzeye. However, I had horrible hookup ratio on it. Now, again, I do not modify my frogs. I don't bend the hooks out. I don't do anything like that. But I'm sure if you were to do that, or if I would have done that, I'd have a better hookup ratio. But I wasn't that impressed with it. I'm obviously spoiled by Scumfrog. There's like no frog near as soft as a Scumfrog. So when they take that, I mean, the hookup ratio is pretty dang easy. If you're missing them, you're going too soon, too slow, or they're short striking it. But no, I think it's good. It's just definitely not for me. So let's see here. Frog for total gimmick. Yep. Show the spider. You got some guys want to see the spider here. Let me see if I can bring it up there without scaring her off. There she is right there. She's pretty big. Showing off? Okay. I don't want to get scared off today. Anywho ways. Let's see here. I don't think the Vega pops very well. Yeah, walk is unreal. Let's see. I had an SLX on my frog rod and took it off. Don't care for it. Dude, Will. I mean, I love the SLX for frogging. That is, I mean, I had the SLX DC on for my PB. I was actually throwing the SLX DC when I caught that 7.8 on the popper out of the kayak too. So personally, I love it. I think the SLX is a great reel. I think it's probably one of the best bang for the buck reels that are out there. 7 gear is a little slow in the thick stuff, but I think it's got plenty of drag. I love it. Oh, trying to catch my breath. Let's see here. SoCal, 100%, dude. Yep. And I was talking about it earlier. Like, I just recently have I wouldn't even say strayed away from the swim baits. I went out to a lake that I knew from a previous time out that they were feeding on the bottom. So I went out flipping grass with a crawl and then flipping a jig around, and definitely paid off. I'm not putting away the swim baits by any means. I'm just trying to get out of my own way for a little bit and trying to go back and really maximize time on the water, especially when I've only got like 2-3 hours worth of time to be out there and to make something happen. But that is the name of the game on the swim baits. Keep chucking and winding. You've got to experiment so much, from the different retrieves to different areas to different casts, whether it be a short cast, long cast. Try and, parallel along a bank or along a hard shoreline, somewhere to where they've got not so much an ambush point, but they've got a place where they can pin that bait up against. There's so many variables into the big baits and big swim baits. Ryan, what's up, dude? Boys and I caught our first white crappie and bull catfish a few weeks ago. Heck yeah. Good old worm on a hook. Worm on a hook, that will always catch you a fish. Always catch you a fish. No, never fails. Let's see here. River and Lojo got into it on Instagram because I called him out on his phoniness, and he called me a few things. Yeah, I remember that. Let's see here. SLX XT. That is another good one. That might be my next reel that I get. I've been wanting to check out the XT for a while. That or another Scorpion DC. I've been really happy with my Scorpion DC. It's actually right in front of me, but been really happy with that. Love my Daiwas as well. The Daiwa CT or the SLX XT will probably be my next purchase, because I do need a new reel. Let's see here. Yeah, Scumfrog has been around for a long time. Long time. I think just recently is what it was that they came under new ownership, and that's when they've really kind of been ramping up and stepping up their game and getting away from the ugly colors. They're still not the best looking frog, but the new digital print looks a lot better. Snag Proof has got a new frog out, and that thing looks nasty. I want to get my hands on one of those Snag Proof frogs here pretty soon. So yeah, they make that's a big difference in the Scumfrog. Let's see here. What is go-to bait when it's raining during a hot summer day? Man, if it's raining and it's coming down, because out here, if it's raining, a lot of the time, they will still be active. But if it's like a hardcore storm, I'm going to be working the bottom with a craw or a creature style of bait, because like these fish just hunker down when big storms are coming through. Weirdest thing. I feel like they're like people. So let's see. Trying to catch up, make sure I'm covering everybody here. Sycamore, what's up, dude? What's up, Virus Man? I'm doing all right. Look at some different pitching, flipping rods. We'll probably put the SLX on it. Nice. I've been flipping rod I've been using has been the Halo KS2 Elite 7.4 or 7.6 heavy, and loving that one. Absolutely loving that one personally. Let's see. Question everyone wants to know. Do you sleep with your beard under or over the covers? Over. Now that you mention it, I think it's over. Yeah. Always over the covers. Always. Let's see. SoCal said, in my opinion, the base SLX drag is trash. The base SLX drag, I can't tell you for sure that I put a base SLX up against anything big. But my base SLXs, I never really had any kind of issues with. I had an 8-gear base model SLX for a long time, and I was using that for frogging as well. And I mean, probably the biggest that I pulled on that one may have been 4.5, 5. So it's not enough to really test that drag, but I was able to pull them out of some thick stuff. But I can't speak for anything real big or in some really heavy cover. But the SLX DC drag has done me well. Has done me really well. So let's see. Have you tried any of the Cast King gear? Yes. Actually, Kim, when I first started up this whole fishing thing, I was like almost diehard. Like if Steve were on here, he would call me out. I was like diehard Cast King. And I was because it was really budget friendly for me just getting started. Had a Speed Demon Pro or Speed Demon Frog rod. Had a Speed Demon Pro Swimbait rod, had some of the Royal Legends, had a Mega Jaws, and I thought they were great. Longevity, would they have lasted me a couple years? No, not at all. Did it last me a year? A couple of them did. But, if you're just getting into it and just wanting to stay budget-minded, I do think Cast King is pretty dang good. But if you are going to be getting into fishing and you're going to be staying into fishing, just spend the extra money and just go up there and, get your Abus, get your Daiwas, get your Shimanos. I'm not a lose guy. I'm not going to say lose is trash by any means. I'm just not a lose guy. I never had any kind of luck with lose. I felt like they were a whole lot more finicky, even than a Daiwa. So I never liked lose, never had a really good experience with lose. I know Pistafun just came out with a Swimbait reel, like a 300 size reel. And I've read good things on it so far. I won't be getting one though. I've got plenty. Opinions on the Scumfrog Bigfoot. I think the Bigfoot is awesome. Let's see. What would I compare that to? I know I'm holding like a top toad right now. But no, I think the Bigfoot is great. It's a very, very good hookup ratio. I threw a Bigfoot in the first year of fishing when I really suck at frog fishing and I could not get a traditional frog bite. Just didn't know what I was doing. But a Bigfoot I could get hooked up on. So I think they're good. I like them. Off topic, I've been trying to get some footage, but all I end up doing was getting some good shots of my Crocs. Forgot to hit the record button. Looked like a bad episode of Cops. Oh, man. That's another reason why I kind of want to do the video about starting a YouTube channel this year, 2021. We're just starting a YouTube channel, period. I really want to cover that and I want to talk about that. And a lot of it comes from the questions that I have, about like what cameras I have, what lights do I use a microphone, do I do this, do I do that? And I want to cover all those things because I think a lot of people get sucked into the trap when it comes to YouTube that they feel they need the best gear. And I want to talk about that. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. Let's see here. Kyle, Ryan, tell your son Kyle I say hello. Thank you. I think you should grow yours out too, dude. I'm telling you, Ryan, like you look like a dude that I was in the Army with. Same name. Same name. Let's see here. G-Man, one thing I hated when I had a long beard is waking up in the morning. Yeah. I don't know, Will. It's I don't know. I guess I just sleep a certain way. It's just I've had this thing for like 7 years now. I've had a beard for 7 years. I think I cut it short maybe 4 years ago. I did. Yeah, I cut it short 4 years ago, but I've had it grown out ever since. So, I'd love to fish for bass. Said, what are your top 5 all-time favorite lures? Ooh, Strike King Rage Bug, Whopper Plopper. What else do I have behind me? Freak. Senko. Spook. Frog. Yeah. I love topwater. Topwater is my go-to. I mean, I want to fish topwater all the time. Wake bait. I would put a wake bait over a whopper plopper. 100%. A wake bait. Those would be my top 5. Let's see here. Yeah, no, SoCal, you're right about losing Abu. I've got a Revo Premier, and I had a one of the higher end lose, not the Pro TI, but still over $200 price range lose, and I just could not dial it in, dude. I don't know what it is, what the difference is, from Abu to lose, what they do differently. If the tension dials are different, if the centrifugal braking is different, but I could not dial in a lose to save my life. But just because I've got that Premier doesn't mean I'm going to go buy more Abus. I like the look of that Abu. I like the feeling of the handles on that. They've got the EVA foam. I don't like the look of like a Revo and the hard plastic handle. I just don't like the look of it. Like I'm still an aesthetic guy, and it's got to look good to me as well. So I want to find something that looks good and that performs well. But yeah, lose just never been my bag. It's not my bag, baby. Not my bag at all. Let's see here. I love my high-end gear, but the fact is it's a luxury. I've caught mountain fish on Black Max, Walmart combos. Yep, 100%. Think we can turn off new anglers by being equipment snobs. I agree with that 100%. And that's why, I'm not going to sit there and say, go buy a freaking Antares. I'm not about that. A Metanium. I'd love to have a Metanium, and I've got a guy that I was going to get a Metanium from, and then life happened and I wasn't able to pick it up. But if I'm going to pick up a Metanium, it's going to be from a buddy of mine that's overseas, and I can get it for quite a bit cheaper. But I'm not going to. Oh, what am I trying to say? Yeah, turning new anglers off by being equipment snobs. I don't think there's anything wrong, with going and buying a Walmart combo. It has everything to do with how you fish. But on the other hand, is that Walmart combo going to last as long as, say, a true production straight from manufacturer? Probably not. So, and that's because I understand the sales and everything like that goes into the stuff. But no, I agree with you 100%. Heavy Arms, what's up? When will we be testing the Trash Panda? I have a Trash Panda. I am not a big fan of the Trash Panda. I feel like even though they say they've got vacuum sealed to not let water in, they take on water quite a bit and pretty fast. I was having to dump that frog out every 2 casts on my Trash Panda. As far as walking a trophy series, no, I don't think it's possible. If it is, I'm just a horrible fisherman. But the trophy series from Scumfrog, I do not walk a trophy series. I treat that like a chugging frog. I treat it like a chugger. Now on like the launch series, you 100% can walk those, and you can walk those just like you would walk a traditional frog. A little bit of slack in the line and just a side downward chop with a slight retrieve of the reel. But I can get the trophy or the launch to walk. If I said trophy earlier, then I apologize. But I can get the launch to walk, but a trophy, no, I cannot. I've never even really tried. The trophy series was my number one producing frog all last year. I had that one tied on all the time. Even though I caught the big one on the launch, I caught the most on the trophy, and I 100% believe because it was how I worked it, and it was not like a traditional frog that they see all the time, either walking up top, or constantly spitting like a popper. When you pop that thing, when you chug it, it does sound just like a bluegill popping the surface. So, let's see here. Hard being active army and trying to get started channel. Yeah, dude. I know. Where are you stationed at, G-Man? Have we talked about this? I gotta know where you're stationed at, dude. It's a small world. I wasn't surprised how I actually got COVID. I wasn't surprised my buddy up at PJ's, a bar over here. I wasn't surprised him for his birthday, and ended up talking to one of the bartenders that I've known for a long time. Haven't seen her in forever, because I don't drink. And her fiance, now husband, is in airborne school and actually going to the same base that I was stationed at. He's going to Fort Richardson, Alaska. So it's a small freaking world. But G-Man, I am curious where you're stationed at. I'm going to get to that in a little bit. Love my Scorpion DC and concepts, but I caught a ton on Black Max. Exactly. Yep. 100%. I love my Scorpion DC too. My Concept A2 is A2. Yeah, second gen. Awesome reel. But I am going to be phasing out of my 13 reels as soon as I possibly can. My Concept Z has finally met its match. It's lasted me a good 2.5 years, and it's just finally to a point to where I want to replace it. I could easily, replace the drag on it, but I just want to replace it, get something different. So let's see here. How fun are swim baits? Robert, they are a ton of fun. And they're a ton of work, too. A ton of work. No UFOs. I saw that. I don't have any UFOs. I'd love to. I mean, especially, I love wake baits. My favorite wake bait. That was the other trash pass that I did. I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is. But swim baits are a ton of fun. And the big thing with swim baits, guys say big baits, big bass. It's big baits, big bites. Steve, the OK Fisherman, if you guys are not over on the OK Fisherman, go find him. That guy's a big bait guru, and he is a prime example of big baits, big bites. He catches a lot of big fish, but he will tell you even those 1 and 2 pounders will still eat a full-size swim bait. So, I mean, it is a ton of fun because they really do just try and crush it and kill that bait. So, a lot of work, though. A lot of freaking work. Let's see here. Talking to okay. Sycamore has all Revos for bait casters. Good, dude. I mean, like I said, I got nothing against them. It's just I don't like I'm an aesthetic guy. I don't know. Like, texture drives me crazy. And that's one thing I hate about my Scorpion DC is if I'm out beating the banks and I get any kind of dirt or grime on my hands, I can feel that on the reel knobs, and it drives me crazy. Like, I got to switch the knob and clean it off. I can't do it. I'm getting like, see what I'm doing right here? Anyways. Love my lose, but I'm buying more Daiwa Shimano these days. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing wrong with lose. That I couldn't do them. I couldn't do them at all. So, and again, being an aesthetic guy, there's just something about the sleekness of a Daiwa or a Shimano that I absolutely love. They're very low profile too. I really do love that Premier that I've got. I do like it. It's smooth casting, and again, those knobs feel freaking great. But Lose, never been for me. Shimano and Daiwa, that's what I'm switching over to. I will be, like I said, phasing out of my concept reels very soon. So, anywho, ways. Let's see here. Heavy arm. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah, it's not a walking frog, but I'm telling you, if you go out there and work that like a popper, you will get bit. Like if you're working it fast or you're working it slow, figure out what the bite is. Figure out if they want it just a little more subtle or if they want it aggressive. The other, like 2 weeks ago, fish wouldn't touch an aggressive worked frog. They would eat it if I would just give it slight twitches, slight action, and just let it sit. But a couple days ago, it's almost like I couldn't work that frog fast enough to get a bite. So you got to figure out what they're going after and, the kind of presentation they want. Again, I think it really kind of comes down to just how off this year has been with temperature and weather and the fish from pre-spawn to post-spawn, spawn. It's all been weird. It's all been very weird this year. So we're all having to kind of adapt and figure out what these fish want. Scumfrogs are the least sexy looking frog on the market. Yep. But they catch fish. Fish aren't looking for prom dates. They just want to eat. 100% Huntsman. I agree with you on that, dude. I'm telling you, man, like, you know what? Just so you guys can really see what we're talking about here. And, I think the trophy frog is not near as ugly as the launch. The launch is just, like, disgusting looking. But it gets freaking bit, and it gets ate. Vega Frog. I'm trying to show off my janky hand there. Vega Frog and Launch Frog. Very different. Very different. They both walk. Vega Frog, the mouth on that, again, does not spit quite as well as, say, like a bronze eye does, but a crazy good walk on this. I think it's got a better walk than the Scumfrog. But hook size, see how the hooks, the hooks are pointed up. Trying to give you a good side profile here. Body is fairly soft, but, that's minimal pressure right there. Full on pressure, you're getting those hooks, but you can see that barely comes out past the barb. The barb is barely, I'm trying to show, I hope you guys can see that. It may not be able to focus on that, but it's barely past the barb. Scumfrog, Launch Frog. You see those hook points are almost halfway up the body. So it's a big 4-aught owner hook on there. Minimal pressure right there. Minimal pressure. Again, getting a little bit past the barb right there. Full pressure, you've got a lot of hook and a lot of hook being shown with that frog. If we push it back and say, you can sit there and say, like, I'm trying to be biased here. I'll do the same thing with the Vega Frog. But you've got a lot of hook point being exposed to the barb. Hook is curved back. Vega Frog, again, I'll push it all the way back right there, and you're getting just that little bit of a barb pointing out right there. Now, again, I'm not discounting the Vega Frog. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm just showing you simply why I go with Scumfrog and why I do believe that they have a better hookup ratio. They're ugly. 100% they're ugly, but the digital print does look good. There are much sexier frogs out there, but like Huntsman just said, they're not looking for prom dates. They want to eat. So, again, that's not me discrediting the Vega Frog. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm speaking for my own personal preference. And some people seem to get a little upset when I start knocking on their company or their favorite company's products. And way before I was even with American Baitworks or Scumfrog, I was throwing Scumfrog. I mean, that was the frog that I really started to, get the best hookups on, and that's when I kind of started to do a lot more research. I tried the bronze-eye for a long time, and I still throw a bronze-eye every now and then when I want like a serious open water walking frog. But I get the most done with the scum frogs. All right, I want to find a tangent there. Let's get caught up here. Hole in wood, lost in the woods. That sounds fun. Favorite big swim baits, and would you use 20-pound red label Seagar? I'll tell you right now, no. I don't like red label personally. When I'm talking like 20-pound fluoro, I'm going with tactical. I spend the extra money and I buy P-Line Tactical. I go with P-Line Tactical for just about all of my line. I've tried Sniper before. I did not like Sniper as much. I felt like it had a little more memory to it. Now some guys will swear by Sniper, but this is, again, just me personally. I'm P-Line Tactical all the way, or the Sunline Fluorocarbon, just regular fluoro. They're 100% fluoro. What is it? Super fluorocarbon, Sunline Super Fluoro. But no, I'm throwing 20-pound on that Daiwa Tatula 200. I'm throwing 20-pound tactical, and I've thrown my bigger glide baits on there, bigger treble hook baits on there. That's what I'm going with. But favorite big swim bait, dude, I really just don't have one. I do not have a favorite. I like them all. Some days ones are just getting hit more than others. It just depends on the fish and what they're wanting that day. I do not have a favorite though. I feel like if I had a favorite, then I would not be experimenting more, and I wouldn't be trying to learn different baits and their actions and how they work if I had just one favorite one, because that's the one I would always fall back on. Would you rather get to use one brand of lures of your choice for free, or be allowed to use any brand but have to pay for them for the rest of your life? Use any brand. Use any brand, because I don't think there's any one brand out there that covers every single thing that I want. And I love Megabass. I love Megabass, but like I'll go in and I'll talk about. I think Jason Beck asked me for a trash or pass on some frogs, and I need to do some trash or pass on some frogs. But I would rather buy any bait that I want rather than get one brand for free. Again, because I just don't feel there's one brand out there that covers every gamut of fishing for me and what I like to do. There's just not. So let's see here. Lose rods are great and the reels are nice, but Shimano makes better reels. Nothing wrong with that, man. We are all entitled to our opinion on that. Where did I see something about? I saw something about a G. Let's see, Bigfoot. Best way to retrieve the Scumfrog Bigfoot. So the Scumfrog Bigfoot is very much. It's, if you guys don't know what the Scumfrog Bigfoot is, it's just like a top toad. It is a paddle tail, steady retrieve frog. It is a hollow body, so I think it is a hollow body. What I found best with the Scumfrog with the Bigfoot was a steady retrieve. Steady retrieve, and if that wasn't doing it, then I would sometimes not rip it, but reel pump. Just kind of handle pump it and just get it to push forward, kick, and then die. And a lot of the time, it's kind of like the not quite as aggressive as the mischief minnow, but when you're doing that, you're kind of simulating bait popping at the surface or a bait fish, getting blown up or trying to escape, anything like that. So either a steady retrieve or reel pumping, handle pumping it. Let's see here. Does Steve ever throw anything other than big baits? Very rarely, Will. Very rarely does he ever throw anything other than big baits. Big swim baits, love them in my opinion. It's not where you start, not where you start rookies. To me, giant swim baits are a work up to it technique, 100%. And that's why I mean, like I really did not get into them that first year, even the second year. This is my second year. Good Lord, I don't even know. I don't even know what year it is or where I'm at now. But yeah, 100% agree with Huntsman there. Let's see here. Been here. Went to drill for 3 years. Korea back at it. Okay. Anthony Dunn. Any good baits to start with? New to bass fishing? Yes, I think start off with the Strike King Rage Crawl, Strike King Structure Bug. Learn the basics. Get down to the basics and just master the Texas rig technique. Master the Texas rig, whether you're working the bottom, just slow hopping it, dragging it along, or you work up, and start doing a steady retrieve with it. But those two would be my best starting off baits. And then just the best technique to learn is start off learning the Texas rig because it teaches you a lot. You learn a lot about the fish. You learn a lot about the bite. The Texas rig will, take you into how they're going to bite a jig, how they're going to bite, a wacky rig, how they're going to bite a Ned rig, a lot of different stuff like that. And then you're really able to distinguish what those bites feel like. So as you work up to, say like crankbait, small swim baits, top water, you just learn a whole lot more. But I 100% think that you should start off with just mastering the Texas rig. Keep it simple. Get some plastics, EWG hooks, different weights. Find out your weight size preference. Me personally, I was always a 1/8 ounce, but master the Texas rig first and foremost. That's what I did, and that's what I feel like helped me learn so much more, especially when it came into working with, retrieving baits, swim jigs, bladed jigs, crank baits, swim baits, different stuff like that. So let's see. Al, what's up, dude? I'm good. Got a sweet Daiwa CC80. Heck yeah, G man. Dude, I've been looking at those too. That looks awesome. Robert, yeah, definitely. If you can find me on Instagram, dude, 100%. 100%. I will. Yes. Yep. Hit me up on Instagram. Heavy arms, yes. Launch frog. So yeah, like Vega Frog, use bigger hooks. Ever use the Doomsday Tackle Frog? No, I have not. Scumfrog, way better hookup ratio. Let's see here. Have not owned a Scumfrog, but they look awesome. Been throwing Spro for a while. Gonna try this Vega Frog. Nice. Yeah. And again, like I'm not discrediting the Vega Frog for, because oh geez. I'm freaking lost. I got way behind here. Yeah, anyways, I forgot what I was saying. But not discrediting the Vega Frog. Just showing the difference and just showing you guys again why this is. I don't care. I mean, like guys talk crap on Scumfrog all the time, and I don't care. I mean, when they talk crap, I mean, I just remember that I caught, an almost 10-pounder on a Scumfrog launch frog, and I caught so many fish on the launch frog last year that, I mean, if people want to talk crap on Scumfrog, that just means less people are getting them, and it means just, less fish are seeing that frog. So I'm good with that. But anyways, let's see here. What's up, Matt? Caught a 5-pounder on a swim jig on Monday. Also caught a nice 3-pounder on the Tiny Clash as well the day before. Before that, right in the current stream. Nice, dude. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of Red Label at all. Just not a fan of it. Where did I see? Don't ever use lunker hunt frogs. I had one and all the color pattern stuff peeled off after a few times of use. I am not. I'll tell you right now, Sam. I'm not a lunker hunt guy. I know they come in the Monster Bass boxes at times, and they will catch fish. Don't get it twisted. They will catch fish, but they are not a brand that I'm going to go out and buy. Simple as that. There are a lot of brands out there that if given to me or if I receive, I'm still going to fish them and I'll still go out and catch fish on them, but I'm not going to go make another purchase of them. And it's partly because I'm stuck in my ways. And again, I know what I like and I know what works for me, so I'm going to fish what works for me. Where it really drags you in to buying baits that you think you're going to want to use and never end up using, or they're just not quite what you thought they were going to be, is the Swimbait game. And like the big hard body Swimbait game. That is a game that will suck you in and bleed you dry. And you'll end up with tons of baits that you never use. I'm just kidding. I've thrown just about every single thing that's up there now. But I keep the packages just because I'm kind of OCD. And I like to put stuff back in the package. But the big Swimbait game or just the Swimbait game will suck you in, and you'll be buying stuff that is just never going to get used and to be a complete waste. So let's see here. Sniper is expensive, 100%. Sniper is very expensive. Fish like a waffle flopper. Oh, the old top toad. Yes. Dude, top toad is killer. I freaking love the top toad. River's here. I'm still getting colors to listen on the way home from work. Nice. Thanks, dude. White Tiger. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Love from Hawaii. Heck yeah. That's throwing a lippy here. Don't want to put that on camera. YouTube may not like me for that. Anyways, John's heading down there. John's got a chartered fishing trip too. Pretty pumped for him. So he can go out and have some deep sea fishing. So Kim, thank you, dude. Appreciate that. Appreciate that donation, man. Let's see here. Favorite spinnerbait. White Tiger's asked me a favorite spinnerbait. I would have to say, is it the V9? Yeah, the Megabass V9 was my favorite spinnerbait last year. Let me grab a couple of those guys. I got them right here. Let me grab a couple of them. And I wish I had. There's an SV3. That's a slow roll. Anyways. So the V9, the Megabass V9 was, I love this spinnerbait. I know Tactical Bassin talked about it a little while back, but the blade's kind of a hybrid blade, not quite a willow. Was it closer to an Indiana blade? Kind of closer to an Indiana blade, but that titanium, that thin wire, super flexible. That's a 3/8 ounce, and I mean I could slow roll that and I get it to flare out. The 1/2 ounce, like that's the IU right there. I freaking love this spinnerbait. I love it. I think it's great. It tracks so well. But I'm not a spinnerbait guru by any means. Like there are guys that will go out there, with, $3 spinnerbaits and outfish me tenfold. And I've never been a big spinnerbait guy, but I did put some more time into them last year. And from the different ones that I tried, even over the SV3, even though, the SV3 is newer, I loved the V9 best. For me personally, for the lakes I fish, guys, a lot of the lakes that I fish, I really target heavy grass lakes. I'm not targeting highland reservoirs. I'm fishing a lot of lowland reservoirs. I'm fishing a lot of grass. I'm not fishing a lot of rock. I'm not fishing super deep. So a lot of these fish that I'm catching have all been no deeper than 15 foot. I would say like the majority of all the fish that I've caught have been no deeper than 15 foot. Maybe in the wintertime, a few more that are a little bit deeper, but the V9 was by far my favorite for especially grassy lakes. I felt like that came through the grass a lot better than anything else did. Again, I like a little bit lighter weight. I can keep it up above that grass. Kind of treated the same concept as I would a chatterbait. I remember, like those guys that, just kind of like hate on you and hate on a video because, you knocked one of their favorite YouTubers or something like that. There was a guy that like called me out and said, doesn't even know how to fish a chatterbait because he's fishing with the rod tip up. Like, bro, if you fish any kind of grass, you're going to go rod tip up with any kind of steady retrieve bait, like a bladed jig, a spinner bait, anything like that. So when you feel that grass, you're not raising that rod tip up and bringing that bait all the way up. All you're doing is by being able to keep that rod tip up, you tick it, and that bait's traveling along, kind of hits the grass and just ticks right up and keeps on going. But off on a tangent again, that's why I like those. That's why I like a little bit lighter weight. I like to be able to slow roll something, keep it down there, keep it in the strike zone longer, fish in the grass. It works best for me and what I'm doing. I don't even know where that freaking chatterbait came from. Let's see here. Okay. OW, never heard you talk about pro fishing much. Do you follow Bass MLF? Dude, I do. I do follow Bass. I do follow MLF. Not as much. It really depends on the day. It depends on the day because, again, like I'm home with the kids during the day and my son takes a lot of my time and a lot of my attention. I do try and catch any kind of live event because I love to watch fishing live. I grew up watching fishing shows, so I love to watch the live events. Have not been following it as much. I definitely like to follow them more when they're fishing the South Lakes and they're fishing, whether it be Texas or, the Harris Chain. Don't watch as much when they're up with smallmouth. I got nothing against smallmouth. I would love to go catch some. But like tournament fishing, I got my taste for tournament fishing last year and this year. It was this year. I got into, some big boat tournaments with a buddy of mine, and it was not for me. It was not for me. And I know there are some guys that's all they love to do. They just love to fish the derbs, and more power to them. But for me, I felt so much pressure fishing that it kind of took away from the fun. So I love to watch it because I love watching live fishing. But as far as like wanting to do it myself, I'm not there. I thought I wanted to. I really thought I wanted to. I'll probably do some online tournaments. I don't mind those at all. But as far as like going out in my own boat or, hopping into a buddy's boat, like putting money on the line and feeling that pressure, and especially fishing lakes that I'm not comfortable with, I'm not doing myself any good, and I'm definitely not doing my partner any good. So will I get to that point again? Maybe so. But right now, no. Right now, I'm loving going out and fishing how I want to fish and fishing where I want to fish at the pace that I want to go. It's just it's a lot more freeing. And again, like for you guys that don't know, like fishing is my therapy. Fishing is what pulled me out of alcohol. And like being in that pressure situation, it took away the beauty of fishing for me. So, but following it, yes, I definitely try to. Let's see here. So, White Tiger mainly goes fishing for barracuda and trevally. Dude, that is sick. That is sick. Saltwater fish surprisingly love bass lures. Yeah, dude, that does not surprise me whatsoever. Does not surprise me at all. But that's sick, White Tiger. That is freaking cool, man. Let's see here. Hey, man, have you ever used that wild beat? I have in the bass color, but yes. So Matthew, I have thrown it plenty of times. I've thrown it a lot. And what I'll tell you about it, I'm assuming you have the floating version like I do. It cranks down about 2 or 3 foot. It's got a moderate float rate, not a sink rate, a moderate float rate. It glides extremely wide and extremely well. Burns pretty dang well too. Twitching is not so good. Like a pause twitch kind of deal, or like, a quick reel pump. Reel pump is okay, but twitching, it does nose up. So I would not recommend twitching that wild beat. But the glide is insane. I mean, you can get that thing gliding, 3 foot out easy. And the thing with the glide bait is all about timing the handle turn. Like you give one hard half and then you go a quarter and then another half and a quarter, and you can get that bait to just go like this and then back out. And you can get those things to slide underneath grass. Steve taught me that with the bull glide, and you can get those things as far as you can, as long as you can time that reel. And you really got to watch the line. It's easy with the floating ones, but you got to watch your line and see where that line is kind of directing. And you can get those glides to just go like this, back right here, and then back under, and they will slide underneath stuff, and they'll slide super far out, come back. But the wild beat does glide very wide. I love it. Let's see here. Long frog. Man, oh man. Let me see here. Gotta get caught up. Let's see here. Okay. Frog caught 2. Let's see. Okay, exactly. It's yep. My buddy tried the revolver and said it worked really well. I don't know if it could beat the Whopper Plopper. That's another one, Sam, that I need to test out is the Guggen revolver. Very curious about that. So it does look pretty good. I'm curious about the hook placement on it. I'm curious about that prop placement on it. I do need to get my hands on one of those for a trash or pass. Let's see here. Fishing grass for the experienced person. Dude, I am not comfortable. And Sycamore is funny you said, because my buddy Jacob up in Wichita, I grew up in Wichita, but he was talking to me about that, and he was like, the thing with grass is those bass, there's so many places for them to hide. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that makes perfect sense. In like a clear lake with a lot of rock, it's somewhat easier to find them, but I love fishing grass. I don't know what it is. COVID. Ugh. Got me on that one. Oh, gosh. I'm going down. What's happening? Guys, I'm dying. Okay, I'm back. Ugh. Bailey's here. Bailey, I got COVID, dude. Holy crap. Anyways. Whew. Oh, let's see. Let me catch up. Sean, what's up, dude? Guys, I'm dying. I think I had a freaking mosquito fly in my throat. All right. Washed it down. I think it was a mosquito. Good Lord Almighty. About died, about went down right there. We're okay. We're all right. Simon, what's up? Joshua, let's see. Fish tournament and I thought my Zebco there was a big hog to pull it out. That was funny. Oh, dude. No, Bailey, I legit have legit have COVID, dude. 100% have COVID. I'm like on the back end of it, but good Lord, jeez, Josie. I think Bailey came on and cursed me or something. Oh, Sean, did I say what's up to you? I hope I did, man. I hope I did. Whew, okay. I'm all right. What we're talking about? Let's see here. 360. Yeah. I'm talking about the Wild Beat 360. Glide on that is sick. Anyways, not dying. I'm okay. I'm okay. Pay way much monies for lures and plastics. I've watched some fan. All right. What are we talking about? Live an hour from Canada up in Yankee Lakes, where fish are stupid and simple and stupid like me. Oh, dang. Scott Martin said on his video that favorite spinning rods are the best in the world. Can I confirm or deny? I can probably confirm that he did say that. I can confirm he did say that because he does have ownership in the company. So I don't see him saying that they're not. In my experience, I am much happier with the Halo spinning rods that I've got than the favorite spinning rods. I had 2 favorite hexes break on me. The only rod from favorite, the only line of rod from favorite that I had no issues with, there's 2 actually. The Phantom, I had no issues with the Phantom, and I had 0 issues with the Big Sexy. I take that back. The Big Flippin' Sexy, I actually broke that thing. That snapped like right almost at the reel. And I had a frog snagged, and I was sitting there pulling sideways, and this extra heavy 7.6 rod from me pulling on it just completely exploded. But in the same turn, like Chris just had a Falcon, a Tennessee Ledge Falcon explode on him at the same spot from a 2.5 pounder. He was fishing a worm, and he sent me the pictures of it. And Falcon's great because, I mean, they 100%, like, they replace everything and don't charge for it. Falcon's down here in Oklahoma. But that fish ended up being on the worm still, and it just completely, let me find a good picture here, completely exploded on him right there. That's a Tennessee Ledge Falcon that completely exploded. So, I mean, rods are going to have malfunctions, but yeah, like I said, I mean, I can confirm that he most definitely did say that. Mile High. Ever tried the Geek Crack swim baits? Dude, yeah, I did a trasher pass on the Gilling, or the Tiny Gilling, the 125, the Tiny Gilling Suspend, and I love that little swim bait. I freaking love it. I've got a Neo sitting right here that I'm still waiting to go out and trasher pass on. But the Tiny Gilling, the 125 size, is an absolute killer little swim bait. I know Tackle Warehouse only has like the floating versions. I have the Suspend or the Slow Sink, and it's gnarly. Great little swim bait. Damn, my about went down. I don't know what happened there. Might take a few ugly stick over a favorite. You wouldn't take that if you were giving them free. I'll tell you that. Sycamore, I'll take a Falcon rod over what anybody promises. Yeah, dude, and that's what I'm saying. Like, Falcon rods are great. Rods, there's a lot of good rods out there, but there's going to be malfunctions. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, Chris is the guy that, I mean, has a hook set from hell, though. I mean, his hook set is absolutely gnarly. He's a guy that if you ever saw a TikTok video of me dodging that hook set, that's the guy. And that was a hook set on a wacky rig fish. So he steps back and he swings for the freaking fences every time. So, I mean, it doesn't really surprise me that he exploded a rod like that. But, you know, there's horror stories about Dobbins, and Dobbins are, you know, a freaking staple in the fishing community. So it's going to happen. Stuff's going to break. Let's see here. Had a 6-stick break on me. Got hung up in some fishing line. Yep. Yeah, I never would buy the 6-stick. Let's see here. Couldn't get a new one either because it was a few months past 1-year warranty. Ooh, that sucks. Yep, that definitely sucks, man. The only rod failures I've had. All right, Ryan, take care, dude. Be safe, man. Appreciate you being on. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up here pretty soon. We've been on for an hour and 40, and it's probably just because Bailey's on here now. I don't know. I don't know what his time frame is out there in New York, but got some weird living conditions out there. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it again. Yeah, dudes, I'm freaking sweating out here in the garage. It's like 95% humidity out here. I almost want to open the garage because it feels like 86, but it's probably like 95 in the garage right now. Anyways, same with 13 fishing, but I have 2 13 fishing rods. I never broke one. And they're both heavy jig rods. Caught plenty of fish on it. For sure. And that's what I'm saying, like, Matt, like, I think that one of the best budget swim bait rods out there, again, like sub $100, is that 13 fishing Defy Black. No issues with it whatsoever. I've seen a lot of guys say never buy that rod. I mean, you're gonna have rod malfunctions. It's gonna happen. Do I want to be a 1v1? High stakes. I win, you shave your beard. You win, I shave my head. You don't have hair anyways, dude. And listen, there was a dude on Instagram that, like, he got called one of my doppelgangers, and he said, I'll shave my beard if this picture gets 1,000 likes. I will never put my beard in a bet. And the reason for that is not just the beard, but if you guys don't know the story behind the beard is a memorial to a buddy of mine who passed away. So I saw him, he popped into the store back when I had a supplement store in Tulsa, and this was about 7 years ago now. And he popped in, I hadn't seen him in years, and he always had a really good beard on him, and it was completely gone. And I asked him what happened, and he was like, Tanya wouldn't cut my hair. His wife wouldn't cut my hair until I shaved the beard. And I jokingly said, I was like, well, I'll grow mine out for you. You know, I mean, I had a little bit of facial hair going on, and I said, I'll grow mine out for you. And then 2 weeks later, the dude was training for a triathlon, and he got smoked on his road bike. Lady texting, driving, hit him from behind, and he died. So I've had the beard as a memorial to my buddy Aaron ever since. So the beard will never be part of a bet. It will never be a gimmick. It will never be a clickbait thing. It will never be anything like that. So, and that's just so y'all know why the beard is here. Freaking Hobie kayak anglers. Oh, man. Let's see here. Dakota, what's up, dude? Got stubborn and ended up fishing till and doing a bit of night fishing. Dude, night fishing is what's up, Dakota. Night fishing is what's up. I freaking love it, dude. Love it. Dude, Lojo doesn't even have, like, Lojo's beard doesn't even freaking connect. Like, that is one of the nastiest freaking beards on YouTube is Lojo's. I freaking, oh my goodness. If you drink, dip, and glow, it cures COVID. Let's see here. Oh yeah, dude. No, and I'm not trying to get like super deep about the whole, like, I've never really told anybody. I always mean to tell, like, and give a story about the beard as to why I have it. And it just kind of made me think about how I've never really even told the story. How it came to be and what it is. Let's see here. Here we go. Here we go. Grown up teenager, not a Guggen. Hey, Leanne. Let's see. Just got home from fishing, caught about 10 dinks. Heck yeah. I'll take 10 dinks any day. Any freaking day. I love catching fish. Love catching fish. Doesn't matter. One is better than none. That's what I always say. One is better than none. And if one is a good one, even better. So you guys are going to like the video tomorrow. Finally, I know I got it premiering. And I've got like a thumbnail up, but it is the biggest fish that I've caught in the boat yet. And it was a dang good fish. So biggest fish I've caught in a few months now, actually. I'm pretty pumped about that. And again, it just kind of came from me getting out of my own way, leaving the big baits at home, and fishing what I knew these fish were going to be doing. So let's see here. Guggen Squad actually did something Guggen wannabes don't do anything but post bad information. Not even that. It's not just bad information, but I mean, it's just straight clickbait and doing anything for the views, which I'm curious to see what happens with the whole Guggen Squad and the B team now that they sold. Now that they sold to what is it? Some other company. I'm curious to see what the founding members do. So I still watch LFG. I still like watching his stuff. I still like to peep in on John B every now and then just to try and, see what he's doing as far as cinematics go, which I just saw that he's like looking for a new video editor and videographer, which would explain why a lot of his stuff just doesn't look as good as it did when Alex was doing it. That dude was a freaking whiz. That guy made John B look like an amateur. Let's see here. Skunked out. Dude, Dakota, it's all good, man. I'm telling you right now, though, like, if you are night fishing, slow roll a wake bait, slow roll a whopper plopper, or flip a wacky rig Senko. That is like the night bite king. I don't know what it is about a wacky rig at night, but they eat it. They freaking eat it. Sycamore, take care, dude. Appreciate it. Go fish. Go catch some biggins. Let's see here. Perrick might have been the no doubt. Mile high, no doubt. The dude distanced himself as soon as Rob started going down the crazy train. So, yeah, I mean, he may have been the most hated, but he was the smart one. And then I think probably the smartest as far as content business goes would probably be Flair. That dude, he found himself a niche. He found a niche that just really stuck to it. But I mean, I can't stand to watch the dude. But again, I won't discredit the hustle of those dudes at all. So, heck no, Ryan, I got virus protection on my computer. Dude, Bailey, I think he is, man. I think he is. I mean, I know he still gets like he's got certain contractual agreements with MTB and Catchco, but I feel like a lot of his stuff is kind of going back to what it was. And Peric is a damn good angler, no doubt. No doubt about that. Any excuse to be on the water is golden. 100%, Josh. I agree with that. Weightless Senko. They did not care what color. That's awesome, Leanne. You know, I've been Nico rigging. I take a 1/16 ounce nail weight, cut it in half, which would be what, 1/32 ounce. Just drop that in the butt end of the Senko, and that's what's been working for me. Let's see here. Waiting on my quarter worms, dude. Dakota, that exactly what I just said. Like a 1/16 ounce nail weight, cut it in half, shove it in the butt of that worm, and it gets annihilated, man. And they don't break. I've caught so many freaking fish on one of them. So River said, just got home. I had to say one is better than none. Drove 3 hours one way to fish with the Monster Bass team, and I only caught one pike. Heck yeah, dude. That's awesome. That's cool. You got to meet up with those guys. Lake Fork guy is solid. Yeah, he is. And I mean, he's definitely, I don't consider him one of them so much anymore. So I really don't. No, they did sell. They did not start a new company. What was it? Matt, the guy that owns Favorite, is one of the investors or owners of Guggen as well, and they did sell to that company. So, I mean, like I said, smart businessman, very smart. Want to see the riser jack? Like trash or pass? Is that what you're talking about? Need to take that guy out. Need to fish him some more. Got no rash on it. It's just so pretty. But this is going to be I've got specific baits that I'll be throwing in the fall at night, and that's one of them. That's when that rat bite at night really heats up. That kind of slower wake bait in the fall is just, it's a good one. So, and that riser jack is a lot more subtle than a rat. It's a very quiet bait. This might be one of my new favorite baits, though. I'm excited to do the trash or pass on this thing. This is the Castellanon from Manifold, and yeah, it's a very weird, unique bait, but I am going to take it out. Like I said earlier in the stream, I'm going to take it out, fish it just a little bit more, get a little more footage for you guys before I do the actual trash or pass on that. Same with the Gantrell. So let's see here. Have you ever tried the SLX DC on any other rods other than the SLX rod? Yeah, I don't have an SLX rod at all. The SLX DC, I've thrown on favorite rods and halo rods, and I love it. I caught my biggest on the SLX DC, just 911, and caught her on a frog, and it's absolutely awesome. So, Hellabass, yes, you 100% should, unless you have virus protection on your computer. So, later, Huntsman. Take care, dude. Appreciate you again, man. Thank you. So yeah, let's not. Bailey came in and started talking about Guggens and trying to get me to go off on a tangent. Not happening tonight. Rich. Bailey, you pot stirs, you stop purrs. Guys, I'm about to close it down, though. We've been going for almost 2 hours, so I'm about to go home and see what that explosion outside was. I don't know if you guys heard that. Nope, I'm not going into it tonight. Tonight's not the night. I'm not giving any kind of energy to that talk. Dude, Rich, I didn't know you were either, man. I had no notification at all. No notifications. about you going. I don't know what's going on with YouTube lately, but it's like I'm getting notifications from like videos that went up a week ago. So I don't know what's going on. No idea. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate y'all. I will see you next time. I don't know when next time is. If next Wednesday is crappy like tonight, then I'll go live again. If it's nice out, then I'll be out fishing. That's simply what it is. I am fishing every chance I get. Like I said, I go back to work next Saturday. So I got a little bit of work to do on the boat. I want to strip some stuff off on there, seal some stuff up. So I did want to tell you one last thing. I got that C at 7.9 soft plastic. Oh, yeah, Matt, definitely send me a picture of that, dude. That'd be sick to see. So I won't be live next Wednesday. So dude, I don't get half the people you get, Rich. That'd be awesome, though. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Ryan, take care, dude. Good seeing you, man. Appreciate you hopping on. So I will catch you all, like I said, if next Wednesday is crappy, then I'll be here. If not, then who knows when it'll be. Hopefully not another 2 months. So I will catch you all later. See ya. Have a good night. Be safe.